Good morning everyone, Sarah here. I just wanted to do a final video to say thank you so much. You've been a magnificent team of ELAs, and I know we're halfway through the teaching period, but I just wanted to say thank you for such a fantastic effort for the last 7 weeks, and what a wonderful marking stint we've had too. I'm so proud of you all getting all your marking done so quickly and so diligently too. So thank you so much. This morning we have released the marks, as you may have seen, and I've also just emailed all of our no fails to let them know about this this special opportunity to submit a resubmission for a possible pass grade by Tuesday the 5th of January. So that'll give you about a week to mark that when you return from the break. In the email to them, which I've CC'd you all in on, you'll see that we'll come back to them with their revised mark by Monday the 11th. I'll also post some instructions in our discussion board as to how we're going to handle the resubmission process. Parag's asked some great questions. There are some good resources in Chatter and the eLA portal in the Q&A section that I'll share with you too, but by all means have a hunt around as to how we'll handle that. They'll be emailing them directly to you, so we need to download their original version and save that, and then reattach the second version, the revised version, so we can look at the originality score too, because there was one in particular that was probably a little bit borderline with some of their inability to paraphrase as such, so that'll give us a good indication there too, but I'll post that before we come back on the break. Also a reminder that we've got a collaborate session with Renee, so she sent us all an email with the link for the session too. I'll be en route somewhere in New South Wales, not quite sure where, but we'll find a spot to log on and be part of that. So just turn your mind to a couple of ideas, as she suggests, as to how we may look to re-engage students at that time, because it is quite a hefty break being TP3 with 3 weeks off as well. So start thinking about that when you have a chance, or chat to friends and family and see what ideas you can come up with. Thank you for all entering your stats too about our, how our marking all stacks up. And I think what we can look at there is we can look at a couple of considerations. Me, for example, I'm probably a little bit high in the HD area, so I've probably been a little bit generous. I have found my students are really, really highly engaged though. However, what I'd probably like to do next teaching period is probably pair up with somebody who had some lower averages, and maybe midway we could sort of have a look at a couple of each other's as we go and sort of do some more benchmarking that way, just to make sure we are all on the same page. I think what we've come up with is great, but maybe have a look at it and maybe post some comments in there as to where you feel you sit and what we could look at differently next time. I definitely will try and pair up with somebody who's a little bit lower in their averages to see how I can, just to make sure I'm on track, and that they are too. So maybe just a bit of food for thought for us all there. Our average was 71.53, which is fantastic. Overall we had 11 fails, so they've all been invited today to resubmit. One thing I'm a little concerned about is the fact that we've got probably around 40 or 50 students, I need to do some proper stats on it, that are active and have logged on, and you'll see in the dates for the last access in our grade centre is quite recent, but they haven't submitted 1A and they haven't got an extension. So I'm just wondering what their thought process is and what may happen in the new year. Given it was 25%, you'd think a lot of people would have bent over backwards to submit 1A, but sometimes people just think, okay, I've let that one go, I'll come up to speed with the rest of them and hopefully pass with the rest of the assessments. So just something to be mindful of, and take a look at your groups and just make sure you feel you've done everything you possibly can with following them up. I know we've had a magnificent attempt at with our intervention strategy and looking at personal email addresses, and I thank you greatly for that. I just think we might be presented with some interesting ones that pop up late, like we have with 1A, and say, oh, I'm not in a group. So that's why I've made a comment in the announcement today too, you will have seen, about getting in touch with you to see what could happen closer to the time too. So first, finally, thank you so much for all your hard work. It's been a wonderful teaching period so far. I've loved it so far, and I hope you're all enjoying it too. Sing out if you need a hand with anything, but more importantly, I hope you have a wonderful break. I'll be sort of checking morning and night to see how things are going, so if you need me at all, shoot me a quick email or send me a text. All right, guys, I'm just going to check my list. Yeah, Renee's Collaborate session. Yep. Okay, great. Have a lovely break. Merry Christmas. So a girlfriend's just dropped in some Rocky Road for us. Merry Chrissy. And I hope you have a well-deserved break and a wonderful time. Thanks, guys. See you in the new year. Bye.